Hello, plannerets. Well, welcome to my day 7 of my Mindful Messy March 30-day challenge, where I have challenged myself to make a YouTube video each and every day for the next 30 days from 1st of March to the 30th of March. Whether that's a live stream, just like this one, where I join you live in the chat and do whatever we need to do, and also may upload podcast or what they call video on demand, where it's a recorded one and uploaded all edited. So in whatever form I show up, I'm here for this is the 7th day, and I am so excited that you are here to join me. We already have Brenda here, so happy to be here again. Thank you so much, Brenda. And she just says that it's perfect timing because I've got some new dividers ready to need to add them and label them well. Perfect timing indeed. That's what I am here for. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to label my top tabs and maybe some of my side tabs where the heat printed label on the actual label has been fading through use, and so maybe if we have time I can do that. But really, essentially, what I want to cover today is how to make your planner functional, organized, and also fun, to make sure that you do use it more often than not. So if you find that your planner is starting to get a little bit boring or it's not working as well, hopefully you can get some tips and ideas from today's live stream and any of my videos, and hopefully you can incorporate it in your planning session. Don't just make your planning a to-do, bills to pay, tasks and all the overwhelming things that we have to do each and every day of our life, but also make it fun, playful, and joyful, so then this can be part of your self-care. So if you are ready, I am ready. Let's go. Oakley dokley. So we have my desk right here. But before I keep going, let's say hello to Ronnie Cat. Thank you so much for joining me. Appreciate you being here. So I am going to use the label maker Dymo Electric Tag Label Maker. They have two versions. Now, this video or live stream is not sponsored. This is one of the label makers that I have amongst many others. I'll show you some other ones that I do use from time to time, but this is the one that has labels in it. So normally it's one where which label maker am I able to get the labels for in a convenient fashion. So whether I have to order it online or purchase it in a retail store, normally that will rule which label maker I use. And at the moment it is the Dymo Electric Tag label maker. This is the desktop version. They do also have a handheld version, so of course price wise it will be depending on which one you choose and where you are in the world. But I do have my Amazon US storefront affiliate link in the description if you want to check it out. I've used this a lot for label making, for one of the labels that I use for my do-it-yourself task cards. So these are little sticky note flags with prompts of different things that I need reminding for if it hasn't yet been habitual, it's not stuck yet. So sometimes I use it for that and many other things as well. You can use labels. It can print date, so if you set the date on it and then in the setting print date, it'll print that, whatever the date is for that day. So you might want to use that also for your journaling, your morning journaling, save you from having to write. It's easy to write the dates, but if you want a uniformed label for your dates, that can do this too. Hello, Vanessa. Nice to see you. Thank you so much for joining me. I was just about to make dividers tonight. You see, we must be all on the same wavelength, because of course sometimes the new start of the new month, you want to refresh your planner, set up your planner pages. So this is a great time to do it, and I am here for you. And while you're doing that, we're going to have a chat along the way as well. Okay, so let me open up the A5 Filofax Domino Soft in the duck egg, which is the one I'm using for the month of March. This got gifted to me by Filofax, and I do have in the description affiliate codes that you can use for the different sections of Filofax. If you want to personalize, I think they've got clipbook and notebooks, as well as refills. You can personalize that, some of the notebooks, and you can add your name. So that's probably most likely one of the videos that I will make as part of this 30-day mindful messy March challenge of mine. So then, because I would like to make my own little clipbooks for all the different things that I do, you know, outside of my day-to-day planning and self-care and well-being. So I have, today I'm going to be labeling, you can't see, but there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 top labels. As you can see here, I have my side tabs, and some of the labels have worn out because the label maker that I use is heat printed. So then of course they do fade in time, you know. And so as you can see, the today one, the one I use so then I can get to my daily page, is fading, and so I may update that today as well. Actually I will, because then I can show you how you can change the size of the font as well as normal to italic with this label maker. And then at the bottom I have my bottom divided tabs with all my fun trackers that I use to ensure that I'm just having, you know, tracking different things that are fun to track in my planner. I do, for those of you new here, I do have, I'll make sure after the live stream I'll pop it in the description, and I'll also later when this live stream's finished I'll pop it up here in a card. I have the A5 planner flip through of this current setup, because I do change the sections, you know, from time to time depending on the season, refreshing things, because it's always important to refresh your planner pages, especially when you're finding that you're not using it as much. So you might want to go, you know what, let's change things up a bit. Okay, so the clear divider tabs that I have currently, these are ones I made myself. This particular one is using clear document envelopes. Let me see if I can get them. Okay, so these ones here are just from Daiso here in Australia, but you can find them at any stationery store. So they're just the A4 size. So I'm sure in your neck of the wood, you might have them as letter or legal size. And so as you can see, it's just, it's flimsy, but it's still quite sturdy. So you have to make sure, I don't know if you can open some of the clear document envelopes. I know at least in some of the stationery stores that I purchase from, you can buy them individually so you can feel, because you don't want the ones that are too flimsy, you know, like the plastic sheets that you get for when you have ring binders. You want it sturdy enough, because when you have to hole punch them, okay, hole punch, there it is, and then for me I cut little slits so then I can remove and replace them in my planner nice and easy. So these are made from clear document envelopes. I also have made in the past from laminated sheets, because we have a laminating machine here as a homeschooling household, and we have lots of laminating sheets. I also can use those for plastic. You can also make clear, you can also make divider tabs from nice cardstock. So especially if you can find cardstock that are double-sided, you know, printed double-sided, they can make beautiful dividers. Now, the reason why I like to use clear ones, whether it's clear envelopes or laminated sheet, is so when I do have my planner open, especially on a 2-page spread, whether it's my daily or my weekly, I can see the other side clearly, and then it's not obstructed. So I can have a look, okay, on Friday, it's day 7 of my 30-day mindful messy March challenge. All right, so I have a playlist in the description of the different clear divided tabs I've made along the way in the last couple of years, for Happy Planner Classic. So if your planner size is a Happy Planner Classic, then you can you can follow the instructions. There's also personal size, so for the smaller personal size planners. So this is Filofax, and I think, oh, I've forgotten the name, but I'll pop it. And this is a nice one in the mustard. I think this one is this one leather. So if it's the leather ones on my Filofax affiliate code, it's Marianne10, and you can get 10% off. And I think, what else do I have in there? I may have pocket size as well. So if you have a cute tiny pocket size planner, you can put make clear dividers, because essentially what you're doing is you're measuring the size of your planner page. You're adding an extra, what I call the lip, for the tab, whether it's the side, the top, or the bottom. And I think normally I like to have 3/8 of an inch. So the tab itself, the width is 3/8 of an inch. You can have it thicker, or you can have it thinner, depending on how much you want it to protrude on the side, the top, and the bottom. And normally 3/8 is good if you have quite a few planner pages, because then you can, if it's too narrow, and you might not see it past all of those pages. Okay, so that's just a little tip with regards to these divider tabs that I have here. All right, so while I'm printing and creating and peeling and sorting, using my precision tweezers, trying to get the backing off my labels, I want to have a chat with you. So if you will, have a chat along with me, because of course a quiet live chat says, it signals to the YouTube algorithm that, hey, maybe this video is not as engaging, so it won't show it to other planners like us, and it'll get buried, or well, actually it won't get shown to anyone else who may be interested. So while you're here, while you're planning along, or you're just listening, if I say thumbs up, yes, me, it'll be really lovely if you can also help me out there. So the first one is really, what's your current planner setup? So if you will, let me know, are you an A5 planner? Are you a Happy Planner Classic size, mini Happy Planner? There's also the Big Happy, letter size, or some other planner size. Okay, so let me know. In the meantime, I'm going to turn on the Dymo Letter Tag Label Maker, and I am hoping there's battery in it. Okay, so when I was speaking about earlier that you can print the current date, so that is, I'm going to erase that. So this little back button is the erase, and then I think it's in settings. So if you press settings, let me see, because I don't use the date as often. So if you press the setting button, the different options are set the date, language, preview, set contrast, and set the date. And I think when we do the, oops, that's setting the date. Let's press OK, OK, OK. Oh, and you can also do time. Well, I guess, of course, you have to put time, because then when it ticks over to the next day, then that's important. So you can set the date, and then I think to insert, let me see, because I don't use it as often. There it is. So if you then press the insert button, that is where you can find the date. And so I'm going to print one now, so you can see print. Did I press print? Okay, oh, maybe I have to go date. Oh, you have to press OK. All right, 7th of March, print. And I think I have it currently set, the font is small, so you can change. And then here on the left hand side is the little pair of scissors. So here I have it already set a font as small, but you can change it to extra small, small, medium, large, and extra large. So I'm just going to put that aside, so then that way you can see that you can use this. So this is good, right? If you do meal plannings and you need to put the date of when you put food in the freezer, then this is a great way to put the label on, the date label on it. All right, so there's one tip. Now, I don't use, of course, that's not what I'm going to use for my labels for the side tab, but I like to always make sure there's multiple uses for the different planner tools that I have. I'm going to clear that, and then we're going to, if I press the insert button again, so I can insert symbols, that's exclamation marks, hashtags, and all these different sort of like wingdings, characters. So symbols, the date, that's all one we just did. Second line. Now, let me just tell you, it's only recently that I found out you can actually print 2 lines per tape. So at the moment, this is 1 line, but then you can print 2 lines in at one time, and I'll show you how it is. And of course, that is great if you're using the smaller font and then you want to save on the tape, or else if you do just 1 line, and as you can see, the small font, you can fit 2 lines. So then that saves up on tape, because sometimes the tape can be as expensive, and so you want to make sure you save. That's a good way to save up. So you can do second line. Let me just go through the other things you can do when you press the insert button. Symbols. Okay, so symbols, date, and second line. Okay, so I'm going to put it on second line because we want to be able to print. As you can see, it'll tell you what do you want on the first line and what do you want on the second line. So I'll just do that. And here's another little tip to ensure you're not using up too much label, especially like I said, they can get expensive. If you're going to make a lot of labels, they can get pretty pricey, because they know that's how they can get you, right? Is the labels, the things you need to use it afterwards. If you're going to have a lot of labels, you're making a lot of labels, print them all in one go. As much there's a certain number of characters that it will stop at, but print as many as you can, because as you can see, when you print it, it gives you a margin at the front and at the back. And so what happens is, if you print it one at a time, it's going to give you that margins both at the front and the end. And then so that could be wasted, especially when, here's one I prepared earlier, when I do cut the extra empty space around the text. So then it fits beautifully on my tab, and I don't have the excess. See how I don't have the excess labels? And it's just neater, because sometimes when you do, because you're putting clear label on clear plastic, you can see it. And I know, because I probably won't cut it straight, it's just a good way for you to then not use up as much labels. So are we good? While we're here, let's just have a look. So Brenda is at A5, Ronnie Cat, different sizes for different planners, like me. So majority of my productivity and self-care stuff is in my A5, but I use A6 notebook. So this is just a Muji notebook that I have with, and I put different happy planner stickers, transparent stickers, and then it's just a lined notebook. And this is where I do my morning journal, my mood log in the morning. So I like to keep it separate, because sometimes the mood log that I have in my well-being planner spread or planner page is only 2 lines, and sometimes I don't want to share the how I'm feeling in the morning in as much details. It's nothing that I'm I'm afraid to share, but sometimes I might want to swear when I'm in the morning, because that's how I feel. If I'm cranky, I might want to let out some not so PG a dialogue. So I do have my A6 for my morning journal. The other ones I use as well is personal size for my 5-year journal. So because the 2025 to 2029, sort of like, this is the last next 5 years where there's the 20, because then of course it goes to 2030. And so I have my 5-year journal in here. Again, as for those of you that have followed me, I don't get to do it all the time. It's not about being perfect. It's just making sure that I'm nurturing my mental and emotional well-being and journaling is one of the ways. All right, so thank you for letting me know what your current planner setup. If you just joined me, we're going to chat along as I label the top tabs of my planner pages. So let me just have a look. So I did test already to make sure that in the two lines, so the two lines, it prints it really close to each other. So you want to make sure that if you did want a little bit of extra space around the text, you may want to opt only the one line. So if you go, oh, that's too close, I want a little bit of edge around the text, then the two lines will keep the text together. And you have to be really careful if you want to separate the lines, to you cut in between them without cutting the top or bottom of the letter. Okay, so that's just a little tip. But let's have a look. So for those of you that did watch me on my A5 planner flip through, this first one will be my goals. So at the moment, my main top goal for March is doing my workout. Okay, so whatever top priority goal, that's what I'll have. So then if I'm over here, let's say I'm in my today task, I go, okay, what's my priority? All I got to do is go to that front tab. So I'll just feel for that front tab and then flip to that page. And this is where functional planning is so important for you to have an effective, planning system. Is if you have to go, oh, where's that page again? No, where is it? No, okay, right. And it can, it's not a lot of time to have to look for it, but it can be a little bit annoying. Or if you have to do that a lot of times each and every day, then why give yourself that hassle when you just have a divided tab that you can go, oh, future log, there's a bill that I have to pay, but I know I've got to put that in my October future log. So I'll go flip to my future log tab here, and then boom, it's there. All right, so I can write it down, all that, so then I don't forget. So that is why having a divided tab is important. If you purchase a Filofax planner, it does come with refills and I think 6 divided tabs. Sometimes I think it's white or off-white, and it does have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And if you want to label it, then you'll just probably get a label that is not clear, maybe a white one, so then it covers the numbers. So that has 6. I did have someone in the comments section is, why bother go through all these measurements that I did in the tutorial, is because sometimes you may just want 4, or you may want 7 divided tabs on the side, or you may want 5 or just 3. So I like to ensure that you have an opportunity that if you couldn't trace the divided tabs that you may already have, you know how to measure it if you want more or less on the tabs, depending on what sections you want to have. Okay, so really good. All right, so the next one is, now I'm going to go print the labels, and I want to know what planner content, if you are a regular viewer of mine, or if you're new to planning, what type of content would you like to see from me? Next, what's pressing you? I'd really love to see this. So give me some ideas. I'll pop it in my list of stuff of videos to do, because as much as I can easily go, well, I'll make this content, I'll make that content, but then if there's something that you want to see more of, you want to see how to do it, then I can go and put it on my list and see, oh, that is an interesting video or topic to discuss next, or at least, in the next upcoming live streams or uploads. Okay, so let me know. Hello, Yvonne, hugs and love. Yes, thank you so much for joining me. I'm half an hour earlier. I guess I've been going on 1:30. I'm a little bit half an hour earlier because the boys have left earlier to go to the library. My younger son, who's 16, on the autism spectrum, we homeschool. So Friday they've got quite a few things like go to the library, go around, the shopping mall, and also visit the wildlife sanctuary. And so they left early because he was in a good mood, and so I took an opportunity, because if they come and then he's having a little bit of a challenging moment, then I would have to either reschedule the live stream or end it early. How about a budget? Okay, so the budget, that is a good one. So the budget, I used to do sort of like budget stuff, Yvonne, but because here in Australia, finance and budget and money content is regulated. Now, I mean, I can do like just simple save, fund saving stuff, but budget wise, I just want to make sure I do not cross over anything where I'm giving any financial advice. And at the moment, I'm not I'm not in the mood to read all the T's and C's and all the regulations when it comes to giving advice regarding budget. So I've stayed away from it, because I don't want to say something like, do this, and then it's like, oh, shut down, and then my whole YouTube will get shut down. And so, but yeah, I think only a couple of years ago they changed the money financial regulations when you talk, unless you are versed in it. I could easily go, this the content, I guess, in this, I could say that the content in this video is for education, well, entertainment purposes only. But at the moment, my headspace is not there when it comes to those things. And plus, I'm not really working on my budget at the moment. I'm too scared to look at my budget. I mean, we got ourselves out of debt, but it's, yeah, at the moment, I'd love to, but there's not enough budget for me to budget with. So there's no real life scenarios for me to be able to go, all right, this is what we do, because at the moment it's just really, a lot of it is because our income is irregular, from my content creation. But yeah, maybe one day soon again, hopefully. I would love to see more doodles. Yes, me too. All right, let me write that down so then I know. Doodles and lettering. Yes, because we can have like a monthly doodles and lettering, where I can try things I see on Pinterest and how I would do it myself. So that's a good one. I love that one. Veronica, more detail about project management and time blocking. Okay. Project management, time blocking. So that could be like themed topics on a month to month basis. So that's a really good one. Thank you so much for letting me know. So I won't do these two. Here is for I agree with more doodles and lettering. And that, remember, the reason why I changed my tagline from plan, do, review to plan, make, reflect, is because I do miss making stuff. I do miss being creative, because that's originally how I started. My Instagram content is just doing all the different stuff. So I'll make sure to add more of those fun stuff as well. Okay, was this this video is supposed to be about labeling? I haven't yet labeled. Okay, so I've already done the brain dump and goals. So that's for that's for goals. That's for me doing my brain dump section. So anytime I need to do my weekly brain dump, or I need to write down ideas and for mind map, I'll have that there. This one I'm putting as last month. So let's turn this on. And then the first line. So if you use the arrows at the moment, I don't know if you can see, the cursor is flashing on the right hand side, which says it's whatever you type on next is for the second line. So I want to type for the first line, so I'm going to use the left arrow, and as you can see, is the left is flashing, so it's saying line 1. So what did we say? Last, and then space bar, month, month. Okay, and then I'm going to press the right arrow to say now it's flashing on the second line. So what's my next one? My next one is this month. Okay, so I'm going to put this space bar month. All right, and what's my last one? Next month. So what I'll do, again, it's flat, you can't see it, but it's flashing on the left hand side, so it's saying line 1. What did I say? Next. Oh, hang on. Last month. Oh, okay. Oh, so it's only, okay, it's only making me print top line and second line at a time. So it won't let me print more on the top line. So it may actually be better, I don't know, maybe be better if I just print it all one line. Because remember, like I said, if you want, try and print it all in one go to save you from having these excess labels. You know, for me, I cut them off because I want my labels to be really without the excess. Okay, so more doodles and more lettering. All right, that is something I can do. Okay, I'm going to use my precision tweezer. So I like to cut the this thing is buzzing at me, so you know how when you get the sales text that you forget to unsubscribe to, so it's like okay, yeah. So I'm going to use my precision tweezer to hold the label. Now normally if you're just using one label, you can remove the backing, but if I remove the backing now and then cut it, then the sticky labels get stuck to my scissors, and I'm trying to cut this nice and straight. Last month, and yes. Okay, I'll hold on to that, we don't want to lose them. Excess one we just throw away. So we're going to now clear that. Why isn't it clearing? Oh, no, I don't want. Doesn't it? Why won't it clear? Clear. Cancel? Cancel? No. I'm trying to clear it. See, because I don't use this line often. Settings. Maybe I'll turn it off and then I'll turn it back on. Always solves. Wonder why it won't allow me. Let me know if you've used this in the second line. I did it before. Maybe let's do, so you got to go and press the arrow to get to the end. Okay, now I can go and delete. So what was the last one? Was next month. I only want one line. Wonder if I'll just do one line. Yep. So I don't want two lines this time, so I just want next month. Not next month, next month. Okay. Can you backspace? Yeah, no, it was the arrow. So I moved it to the end, and then it allowed me to then delete. So yeah, because normally I don't use the two lines because first of all, I didn't know you could do two lines, but now I don't know if I want to do two lines because you can only do two lines at a time anyway, so which means it's going to cut that thing, but whatever will work for you. Okay, so I'm just going to print that just so then I know I have all my top tabs. And then this one here, my goals one, as you can see, it has the excess. I'm just going to remove that just so then it's all the same. Now this is going to be difficult to take the tab off because essentially the backing, it's split in two. So you can then remove half of it off and then the other half. But since the two lines, I cut it in the middle, essentially I cut it where I the backing splits. So you have to now finagle the backing off, and it's like when you're trying to find the end of stickers, it's like, oh, where is the end? So let me just pop that. Okay, so now I have all my labels for the top. So I have my, let me see, I'm gonna pop it on a clear paper so you can see. So I have my goals, I have my brain dump, I have this month, last month, or last month, this month, and next month. Okay, and then the other one that I do want to print, so then you can see with the Dymo Tag label maker. So there's the next month. You do this white one here to erase. I'm sure there is a clear, there's a clear button here too if you want to clear the whole thing. So this time, so I don't know if you can see the font there. So there's like little staggered size. So at the moment is small. I think the, let's see, format, size. Okay, so I want to change the size, so I'm going to press OK. It's currently at small, and you can then extra small, extra large, large, and I think this one, the today, is medium. I think it's medium. We will see. All right, so I want to now create a medium size font and then go back to format, and I want to have change the style to, so style, okay, to where is the italic? Italic, okay. So, okay, I'm going to print today because the label for today is all faded, and then I'm going to insert an exclamation mark, and this is where we put the insert, and it's a symbol, so okay. And then you just go and toggle until you get to the symbol you want. So there's the exclamation mark, and you press OK, and it says today. And let's print that. You can also do borders around your labels. So there's different borders available, like little hearts. Okay, so this is today. Oh, I don't think I changed it to the medium. Did I? I don't think I pressed OK on the font. See how it's still the small? So let's do that again. And maybe I'm going to see if, no, it wasn't, it was format. Size, okay. Yeah, I didn't change it to the medium. I wonder if what large is. Shall we try large? Let's try large. Okay. Well, now I did it 2 lines. I don't want 2 lines. I think it was settings. Is it settings? Forgotten people. What was it? See, when you don't use, because I don't use the symbol. I don't want the date. Look, I'm going to go and print it. There you go. So if you happen to do the second line, if you go back, then the it'll erase it. So now let's just double check. So the size I have here looks like it's the large. I'm going to print it and see. So then you can see. So remember, my tabs are width is 3/8 of an inch. And so, of course, the small is a good one if you have quite a few words that you want to put on there. Let's say the cleaning list, okay? So this is the small font on the Dymo Tag label maker. And then let's see what the large font is. I think it's the large font is that one. Let us see if that is too large. Let us see if that's going to be too large. So we want it on this one here. Will it be? Let me just cut it to size. So if you have a new label maker, my tip is print the different sizing on whatever labels that you have available. Grab a little notebook that has maybe all your swatch, of the colors of the pens, the colors of your markers, and then label it. So then put on a page, let me have a look. Right, so what you can do is, if you have a little notebook that you can take along with you when you go to the shop, so you can swatch when you're out and about stationery shopping, you'll know exactly, oh, well, I won't buy that color because I already have that. Same thing with your little label maker. Pop the different size fonts, and then you could put extra small, small, medium, large, and then that way you won't do as I do and go, oh, which font is it? Or at least, you can, and that's a little project in itself by having a little label key, I think that today's, yes, the large is perfect. All right, so we might as well do that one now. And then with this one, I'm just going to take the old one off. You can use I don't have any nails now because I cut my nails down because I don't like it too long, because then I can't type, and then I need to give it a rest, and make sure, because I do put gel nail polish all the time, I like to give my nail beds a rest. Okay, so you can just try not to touch the sticky bit, so then it doesn't get cloudy and doesn't have the fingerprints. I just want to make sure I am putting the labels. Okay, right, so there's my tab for my today. Line it up as best as you can. Try and put the label closest to the outside of the tab, so then when they're on top of each other like this, you're not like, it's not covered by the pages. So I'm just going to do this way so I can see. So pop it as straight as you can, and in the middle. That looks good. That'll do. And then, ta-da! There's my today. I'll pop that on, because I do plan on in a daily planner page. So now when I, let's say I'm in my habit tracker. What is it I need to do again? What's the next thing on my list? In my today tab, I can then just go, all right, so it's Friday, or it's Friday, all right, this is what I got to do, and then I go, oh yes, what do I need to do for my well-being? What's the next thing? Okay, have I gone outside? No, I haven't eaten a piece of fruit. And then your divided tabs help you get to your used pages much quicker, more effectively, so then you are not wasting. Look at me, because I had removed this, so then it didn't, as an example. Now I have to go flip to that page. Okay, so that's what that is for. All right, so of course, if you are liking the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. It helps me a lot, lets me know you are enjoying the content. And then, if it's something you wanted me to do more of, where I'm actually coming here live showcasing the step-by-step stuff, because I know sometimes on Instagram I just do a lot of the time lapse, or I speed up my videos. But let me know if you are liking this video so far. Give that thumbs up a hit, it is most appreciated. All right, so as I do the other labels, let me know what's one thing you would like to improve in your planner. So what struggles are you having when it comes to your planner setup? Is it and remember, you could have the best planner setup, and then and then things change. You might get busy, and you might have a quiet season. So for those of us who, let's say, who have children and it's school holidays, your school holidays might be really, really busy, because you're trying to organize all these different activities for the kids to keep them company. Or you might just like to stay at home and do nothing. So what is one thing you'd love to improve improve in your planner? And this is why I'm asking this question, because or else you'll just be watching me trying to find trying to peel the backing. So look, it's going to be up to you whether you want to peel the backing or cut it to size beforehand. Like I said, so I'm not sure, I'll be doing the 2 lines with my label maker, because it does cut the backing right in the middle, where it's very handy to peel. All right, so goals. All right, so there's my first first tab. Here it is. I'm just gonna put it right, eyeball it, and just go, yep, that's the middle towards the top of the tab. Ta-da, goals. So see how now suddenly it just stands out. So all these here have no labels, but then here, goals. All right, so once you start to use your labels and use your tabs, it becomes now, muscle memory, that you'll know, well, the last tab is next month, the first tab is goals, the second top tab is, for me anyway, brain dump. So, and then here I'll know my future log is one of the bottom ones here. So because I do have quite a bit of different sections in my planner, I have double. So six tabs, and then the next 6 tabs for the things that are not most used. So when you are setting up sections in your planner, make sure whatever is most used is more prominent. But once I peel this thing here, I will give you a tip when it comes to where you put your most used section. Ugh. And probably not the best time for me to have cut my nails, because now I can't find the edge. Maybe let's see if I can find, no, because but yeah. All right, so how would you like to improve? Brenda said she loves it. Can you do days of the week too, as in labels? Is that what you're saying, Yvonne? Doing labels for days of the week, or what do you mean? Because of course I'm probably behind looking at your comment and actually looking at it. So I would like to get better at organizing my tasks. Right, that's a good one. So if the running to-do list has helped me when I am in a position where I just feel like I have lots of tasks and they all seem to be important, my running to-do list has helped me prioritize what's the most important. Okay, so let me just get my brain dump up here. Brain dump. Okay, there's the next one. This one is last month. So but yeah, so my running to-do list is really a really great way for me, and I don't use this often because now in the past I wasn't using my daily planner pages, so I would just go off my weekly spread for all my tasks. And so sometimes when you see all of your tasks in one spread like this, sort of like a visual, it feels overwhelming, because then you go, I know I've set that for Friday, but I really, sometimes you have to put your blinkers on, your like the blinkers, like the horse races, so you don't get distracted. And so what I've found is having it my daily, so it funnels it down, so you've got you set your calendar for the month, the known things that's coming up, and then you set your weekly each new week, and then you go and use your daily planner to sort of like keep you focused only on the tasks at hand. And so you're not worrying about the other things that we all know we got to do stuff, right? There's lots of things on our to-do plate. But if you sort of worry about what's coming up for tomorrow, then that's when you find yourself, you might get overwhelmed. So I do like to use my running to-do list to just sort of like, okay, let's start afresh. What are the things we need to do for this week? And you just, same way as when we brain dump, and this is more like the tasks and to-dos, that okay, I need to do this, and you just write it down in non-chronological order. And then once you put it down, and do not go beyond one page for your weekly task, because then what happens is then you're going to be overwhelmed. And that's what's happened, is because you go, well, all of it is important. Yes, all of it may be important, but you can't do it all in one day. You can't do it all in 1 week. So by now limiting it to one page, you start to go, okay, well, if I still have a lot of things I need to do and I'm nearly to the end of the page, is that something I can move to next week? Is that something I can ask for help? Is that something I can delegate to someone else? Or is that something I can ask my boss to go, look, I'm running out of time. I've got lots of other things. Is there any way that can be moved till next week? All right, so then it helps you prioritize. And then when you have your list, you go, okay, when would I like to do this? And that is when you would go and, okay, that's something I have to do on a Monday. So you put a little dot. And then that's something I can do on a Tuesday or Wednesday. And then when you start to then allocate those tasks to particular days, these little boxes here will start to get filled. And if you know, really, you should only have 3 to 5 things. Have a hard number that I will only assign myself 3 to 5 things for that day, or 5 to 7 things. And then if something's like already 7 things that you're doing on a Monday, you go, well, I can't do another thing on a Monday because I'm going to get overwhelmed. Or, if Friday is your day off, don't put anything there. Right? It's your day off. Take the day off. And then if you go, but I'm behind, well, then, yeah, that's when you go, I need to ask for help. I need to delegate it. Or I need to go, how important is it for me to do this week? So that is the running to-do list I have found when, like, I'm just so overwhelmed and I cannot manage my task, has helped me a lot. I'm good until I need to change things up. And then that's just like with anything, isn't it, Ronnie Cat, that when we create new habits, it's muscle memory. And then that is something we know we have to come across or face, that I'd like, if we change things up, that it may give yourself a little leeway, that look, it'll be okay that I don't get everything done, in the first 2 days because things have changed up. So, yeah. I know, like, when we want to improve on stuff, I know, at least for me, what is this for? March, this month, right? When I want to, change things, I want things to, have an outcome, my desired outcome right away. And I'm slowly learning that that's not going to be the case, because I know when I move my pens when I move my pens, my little whole pen holder from when my desk was set up a different way, I used to have it to the left or to the right, and I'd be like, oh, it's not there anymore, it's over here. So it's just a matter of muscle memory. Ronnie Cat, okay, yep, same here. Yes, days of the week. Days of the week labels? I'm still behind. Sorry, Yvonne. I chat too much, don't I? I need to make sure that I'm actually, sometimes when I ask a question, Marianne, go and check the chat way before. Do you mean labels for days of the week? Because I don't do labels for the days of the week, that's all. Or do you want me to go and type it in the label maker? Okay, this time I'm going to pay attention, Yvonne. So let me know days of the week again. How would you like to improve your planner? Okay, I'll keep an eye on it. All right, so then that's my top tab. Let's have a look. Let me just clean as you go. And so then that way your environment, remember, always affects the way, if it's cluttered or if it's messy, then you're going to have a messy mind as well. So let me get rid of all these off-cut labels, and then I'll just put this thing away because visually it the other label maker I do use for clear one is this Make ID. So if you want aesthetically pleasing label maker that what sits pretty on your desk, this is a little bit pricier, but it's pretty on my when I'm taking photos or if you have it sitting there. So remember as well, you know, make your desk pretty. Don't have to spend a lot. You can go to your thrift store, you can go to your local dollar store. And what I love doing is going up and down the aisles of even like kitchen aisles, you know, that or bathroom aisles, and then getting little things. I think this one here, well, it was gifted by a friend, but this is sort of like it comes these three um, trays. There's another one somewhere, I think I have it hidden somewhere, but they sat in a on a wooden tray. But this was like a for like dumplings or little or you know, hors d'oeuvres or entrees, so I use it for my washi tape and also from my other pens that I need. So then they sit nicely. I have the IKEA little drawer. Let me just show you. But you can, I think, so many places now, like organizing places. So see how this is a little desk drawer that sits, and then underneath I can pop my keyboard. Okay, so I'll make sure I'll pop the name of this IKEA ones, but you can find, if you just put desk, standing desk drawer, you might be able to find one near you, or like, you know. So my tray, my keyboard goes under there, and then these little trays just slide under. So if I need them, especially whatever washi tape that I'm using for the week, I have nice easy access, and then they just slide out and I'll go, okay, let's pop that there. Right, so make your environment pretty, and that's why with the the label maker, Make ID label maker, it's a nice one to have, you know, on your desk because aesthetically pleasing. I think they come in different colors. Now the only problem why I'm not using it today is because I have run out of the clear tape, so it's only the white label that I have. And so of course on a clear divided tab, a white label is going to stand out. Still looks good, there's no problem with that, but because I know I'm not going to cut straight, and I always say, you know, doesn't have to be perfect, but that's a that's a habit that I have to make sure I get better at, that it doesn't have to be straight or perfect. But these are the things that make me happy, when things are all lined up nice and neat, and you know, it looks nice and clean. These are aesthetic things that probably in the big scheme of things, well, it won't matter if it's a little bit wonky or it's not straight, but these are the things that make me happy, and I need to do things that make me happy. All right, so how would you like to improve your planner? And then also another question is, are you a minimalist planner, or do you like decorative planner? I hope that, you know, if you hang out with me, that you like a burst of color, and just, you know, a different, being able to use different types of washes. Sometimes they go together, the color scheme go well together. Sometimes you just pick up whatever, you know, like at this one, I would say this would be a minimalist for me, right? The one color, the one tone, because I got inspiration for this one, for this new pen that I purchased. The ink is called Sand Beige, and then I went, oh, okay, well, I have washi tapes in that color family, and then I have the dot marker that also works for there. And then so this for me, I would say, is a minimalist page, right? And then so, and sometimes it's nice to change things up too. So, but as you can see, I like using colorful markers. That's probably a one tone again. This one is coordinating colors based on the washi tape. But then I know, like with my February, this makes me so happy. This is the one where I tried putting stickers before the pen, before I planned everything. So Brenda is decorative and very colorful. That's why we hang out together. Decorative most times. Excellent. I love it. And this is, of course, a great excuse to buy the different colored markers, different stickers and washi tapes. And so, yeah, I'm venturing out more to be more decorative. And so now that you guys talk about, adding, doing more doodles and doing more lettering, but the lettering can just be as simple. Use the tools that you have, like with your, if you have a brush tip marker. So I'll use a brush tip marker that is not a Tombow. I think this is King Art, and I think a set of 24 was for $11 at TK Maxx here in Australia. So then you just, whatever your writing is, so however you write at the moment, so you can do what do you call it, uppercase or lowercase. So I think days of the week maybe you wanted to do lettering. Okay, so maybe Monday. So however you write your letters, right? And just do that. Monday, Tuesday. I think I caught up, Yvonne. Is that what you were? Wednesday, right? And I'm just using the marker, holding it the way I would hold a pen. Okay, so Thursday, and let's just do Friday. Okay, and you can leave it at that. But why leave it at that when you can make it pop, 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 pop? Okay, and then you just go around the letters. Nothing fancy, but just go around the edge of each letter. And it doesn't have to be perfect, again, because it is your writing. It is your style, your font. No one else has this font. And guess what? You don't have to practice, because all you're doing is writing the letters that you would know, the normal way you would write it. And as you can see, look, I didn't go around the edge there. There's right, but it doesn't matter. I missed. I didn't go around there, and here, right, it's not right outside the line, but it looks fabulous because it looks like that's the way the typography, is that the way we say it, right? And then you can take it a little bit slower than I am right now, because again, this is part of your mindfulness. And if you go, oh, Marianne, I'm not too keen on the way I write my letters, then that can be your mindfulness practice for the week. Just writing out the days of the week, the months of the year, all the other things that you would normally have headings for, like tasks, to-dos, meal plan, whatever it is that allows you to have a nice lettering in your planner. You just go and do that, right? So this is just me going around nice and quick. Doesn't have to be precise, but if you want it to be precise, then slow it down. And then you can take that as your mindfulness activity while you may be watching a show that you don't have to worry or concentrate on, or you're listening to a podcast. And then practice writing in with the different markers that you have, and then you go, oh, I like that color, oh, I'm not too fond of that color, or that color is too dark for me. Let's do another one. So let's do January, February, March. Okay, so then you can just do that. And again, the other one that we did is, if you wanted it to be, instead of going around each of the edges of the marker, you can sort of offset it. So let me just show you. So maybe to the right of it. So see how it's sort of like offset? And then that could be a style in itself. Although you have to use your brain power to try and figure out, oh, am I going off to, so let's have a look if this works out. So yeah, you can make it look like an intentional, I think what I said last time, intentional misalignment. Okay, so the other one is, so this, here we go. This is a preview of what you guys want, is to do more doodles. What was it? So February, March, April, May. Right. So instead of outside, you can just go inside. So then it's just the sort of like the skeleton of the letter, right? So you can do the April, and to make it a little bit more fun, you can put a little heart. See, little hearts, or a little dot, because this one might be a lot smaller. So if your lettering is a little bit bigger, then you may have a little bit more space to create April, May, and see, just little hearts, or you can do little dots, May, June, July, August. Okay. I had fun doing the months in different color highlighters and going around letters like you. Yes. So yeah, that's one of the ways I love using my colorful marker. So here for February, I did it all in one color for for the theme of the pinks and red for February. But any other time, I like to do, and of course I haven't done it because I was venturing out. I think I did it for February, didn't I? Yes, I did. I remember. See? February, and then I'll just go through either the rainbow colors, or I'll pick I'll pick all the markers I like, and I'll go do this. Oh, I like that together. Oh, I like that together. Oh, I like that together. And then of course you want to arrange it so then all, the purples aren't together, or the oranges are, so you mix them up, and then you write your letter, just like Ronnie Cat was saying, pick one color each for each letter, and then move them. So if you have to go and start again, it's sort of like in a row and in order. Okay, so let's have a look. What was I saying with the July? Yes, with the July, I'm trying to put it on a blank background so it stands out. So then you could just go and do the same thing again, like a little skeleton. And of course, the bigger the letter, then the more detail you can apply to it. July, August. So here we've already done quite a few different, lettering style. And then you could do dots. Dot, dot, dot. Dot, dot, dot. Right? And look, I'm just using a pen for my, to do these little dots. Look. Doesn't that look good? Imagine if that's a little bit bigger and that's your heading for your weekly spread or your monthly spread, and just doing dots, dot, dot, dot. And see the dotting, the dotting action? That's a mindfulness activity, because you got to concentrate and make sure you're spacing your dots nice and even. Oh, doesn't that look nice? I like that. All right, so then I think that's, what did we have? Where did we put the Monday one? I lost the Monday one. I can't remember where I put it. Anyway, I lost it. I lost the Monday one. The Monday, Tuesday one. Anyway, I'm sure I'll find it once I get off camera. It might be, I think it might be here. Let me find it. Ta-da! Okay, I knew I'd find it. I was trying to put it on a blank. Okay, right? So that's just a simple one color. Your handwriting in lowercase. You can also do exactly the same in uppercase like I do for my my headings here. Change it up. Always change things up. If you ever find yourself in a position where you go, oh, I've got to go plan my week, have fun with it. Go look at Pinterest. I'll look at Pinterest now, and then I'm going to go and create these things. And then so the best way to practice different hand lettering is write down words that you will write often, because you know how like the drills, try and do A B C D E F G and all this stuff. You can do that, but sometimes when they're together like this, you get to see, yeah, oh, I like that. All right. So even putting it in a post-it note and then having a section in your planner, right, for fun lettering. So I'm going to put this over here now, because that's a nice one that I can review. So then you can shop your own decorative lettering. Also, a good one to do is on another piece of, see, this is a, because we are talking about minimal or decorative. Oh, I can't take it off, right? When you can, if you have a if you have any washi tapes, especially washi tapes you haven't used, right, what you can do, probably best to do this on a white piece of paper, is I'm going, all right, well, I want to decorate with this washi tape. So you go and swatch it, get a little piece, okay, and then you go and have a look at your, let's have a look what this one is, whether this yellow would be a good yellow. Okay, it's a little bit more limey than I would like. What about this yellow? Okay. Yeah, maybe that one would be better, so I'll hold on to that. And then of course, if you, the zebra mild liner actually doesn't have names, so you might want, if you have it swatched like this, then you can go and just put a, okay, it's that one, right? And let's have a look. A blue, let's see what this blue looks like. Yeah, that's a little bit lighter. Maybe this, I think this one here, I think, is a darker. That might fit that blue more. So swatch your own stationery. So then when it comes to trying to figure out what embellishment you might have, so that one, I wouldn't, what was that color? That one was this one. Was it this one? Okay. Because I don't use the King Art as often, but I think I have this in my Amazon pens, markers, and highlighters. And yeah, so they're a cheaper dupe than for the Tombow dual brush pens, and you can get them in packs. So what I'm going to do, so I do not forget what this one is, this one has a color. So I'm going to put here King Art, and this is 119 orange yellow. So for next time, if I'm looking for inspiration of what color I would like, so have this. If you have room in your planner, have a section at the back or at the front or in the middle for your little swatches. Right, so if you follow my 5 hand lettering video and you make some yourself, right, put it in a piece of paper like I do, and then so then you go, which hand lettering should I do today? Okay, oh, I haven't done my dot ones today. So then you would pull that out and have that as a guide when you're embellishing your planner pages. Okay, so let me know. Is that good? We did a few little hand lettering tutorials today, and that was just some easy ones where I showed you, drawing with your marker, putting what they're calling the skeleton or just the line lettering, and doing little dots or doing little hearts. So I love it. A lot of us are decorative planners, so that's fantastic. Now for those of you that are watching who are new to my channel, I do have freebies that you can print for your planner pages. different things for, you've seen the March cover page, right? And then you can embellish it. You can also have there's February ones, 35 daily positive affirmations. So just, you can grab the screen, the QR code, or just go into the description for how you can get my free printable download. I do send the monthly cover page, a few days ahead of the new month. Any new things that I do make that I think would be beneficial for you, that has helped me personally. Most times I do have a shop, of course, of my planner printable download, but I do provide a lot of free printables to help us, manage our planning in our day-to-day, and most importantly, our self-care. So make sure you do have that. Brenda says, thank you so much. My pleasure, my pleasure. Okay, so the next one is, what is your favorite planning tool? Now, while you're writing down what your favorite planning tool is, so for me, of course, is my markers and highlighters, because it does add instant pop of color to any planner page. Even just using your marker. Another one we can do using your marker is to embellish the side of your margins. So if you have, whether it's a marker, it's a highlighter, but you can either do dots, just dotting things. So if you're finding that your margin is a little bit boring, and you go, just dot the sides, right? So that's a brush marker. If you've got a fine tip highlighter, you can just go and dot away. Okay, so for me, markers, highlighters, colorful pens, and the gel pens are probably my most used planner tool and stationery. But let me know what it is that you grab, the first thing you grab when you are about to embellish and plan your page. The other way you can do is, instead of dots, you can do, if you have chiseled highlighter, use the chisel and then create sort of like little lines like this, right? So then they become sort of like, those tiny little confettis, and you can mix and match. See how I'm just doing this, and I'm just picking up random colors, by the way. I'm not even thinking what colors would go together. What's another one? So of course, if you've got your dot marker, okay, and just doing, if you have like a certain part of your planner page that you want highlighted, maybe a Tuesday of your weekly spread, maybe it's your birthday or some fun occasion, you can create, little borders around it. I'm going to take this off so it doesn't glare. So see how there's a empty space at the bottom here. If I wanted, I can use my Kuretake clean dot marker and just create dots. And then, if ever you are finding yourself a little bit overwhelmed, where you just need to take half a minute where you are just needing to slow down your heart rate, you can go and grab yourself a marker and just dot away. Okay, dot. And while you, oops, that's a page. And while you're dotting away, breathe in, breathe out. Okay, if that is just a little bit of thing you can do, right? If you're just going, if you're feeling your heart rate going fast, or you're looking at your task list and just going, oh my God, this is too much. Okay, just pick a favorite color, take it off your mark, your pen holder, your pencil case, and then just dot, or just make markings on your page. pick another one and just do that. Okay, because this sort of requires a little bit of concentration or focus, because mindfulness is focusing on the activity at hand. Because you want to make sure you're placing your little markings nice and even. Pop on maybe a soft music. Okay, and then I've turned this little page that we did yesterday into a colorful burst of happy. Happy, happy, happy. It may not solve everything, but make sure that when you are doing activities like this, you're also slowing down your breath. Because then what that is signaling to your nervous system is, okay, we can do this. Let's just take a little bit of moment to just gather ourselves. Okay, even like putting things away is going to help. You focus on the moment. It clears your space. Hang on a tick. Okay, popping your markers away. Make sure they have a space. So then when you need to go back, and then that helps build muscle memory, right? Because you go, all right, well, my pens are always there, my markers. If you have a nice, pretty a pencil case that you can use to house your most used stationery tools for the week, because it always changes up. Okay, so Brenda also says, I love my markers and some stickers. Wonderful. Ronnie Cat says, gel pens that can erase, my highlighters, stickers, and washi tape, whatever makes it pretty. Exactly, exactly. Now, if you also do want to share, and if you have anything on your planner pages that might be sensitive, if you're not on you don't have an Instagram account where you share your planner pages, well, you can go into the planner community, because we love seeing pretty pages. And sometimes because you see mine all the time, and majority of the time my planner pages are the similar, embellished the same, maybe different washi tape or maybe different color. But sometimes we can get inspiration from each other. And if you're not shy, or if you are shy, maybe just a little bit of the corner of your planner page and say, oh, love this marker, or love this color, never used this color before, but Marianne told me to venture out of my comfort zone, or tried hand lettering, and then we will give you encouragement to go, oh my God, that looks good. And then for those of us, because I know I still do this, right? You're not the only one that will compare yourself. People go to me, Marianne, I love your penmanship. And I go, but I wish it was neater, right? Because we always wish it would be better. We always look over our fence and like our neighbor's stuff better, right? Or I wish mine was this. So people tell me they love my writing and my penmanship, and then sometimes, majority of the time, I go, oh yeah, I guess it's okay, but I wish it was neater, or I wish it was fancier like the ones that are. So I'm in the same boat where I compare. But then if we surround ourselves with each other that go, that looks great, that looks beautiful, and then we see someone else's writing that's like ours, and then someone says that looks good, and go, well, that's like my writing, mine must look good too, right? So one of the things that I hello Elle, nice to see you. Yes, very well, not yes, very late, but I went half an hour earlier than I have been going, because I'm trying to take advantage while the Zach is on his little Friday afternoon excursion. Armando, hello, nice to see you. Thank you so much for joining. It must be new. You must be new here. Thank you so much for showing up. I do appreciate you being here. Yay! Excellent. Thank you. But what I was saying is, if we recognize that other other people's handwriting, other people's embellishments, and then we go, well, ours is like that, and then we're encouraging each other and saying that looks great, then we're going to feel so much better. It's like when you know how I think it was I meant that I am late. Yeah, no, I'm yes, yeah, all good, all good. I'm so glad you are here. You know how when I think sometimes I've seen this with teachers, with some teachers who maybe who teach the younger kids, and then they make you know they do drawings or something, and then the teachers do drawings. Oh, this drawing is not so good, you know, because they, as an adult, we criticize our ability in our drawing, and then so you know, but then if a kid sees that an adult or a teacher says that their drawing doesn't look good, and then their drawing looks similar to theirs, because it might be just say, let's say, stick figure, right? And it's like, don't say that, because if you say that yours doesn't look good, then the little one who sees that their stick figure looks like yours will then also think that theirs don't look good. So we have to also actually be mindful of the things we say, especially I guess you know around children. I don't have daughters, and so you know, but I think if I did, I probably will be a little bit more careful with the words that I say about myself when I look at myself in the mirror. But I'm also still, even though I do not have daughters and I have sons, I'm still mindful of the words I say, because then my older son, who's able to, because he's neurotypical, who's able to understand what I'm saying. You know, I don't want him to go later down the track that, oh, well, my mum says she looks ugly and my mum says she looks fat. And then, you know, then he sees the way I look and then sees the way my size. I don't want him to then look at other people and go, oh, they must be, because my mum, you know, my mum won't lie. I trust what my mum says. So I want to also be mindful now, just because I do not have daughters. I still have to watch what I say, is because that's why when we compare with each other, when someone says that handwriting looks beautiful, and then you know, well, yours don't look like that, and then you go, well, mine mustn't be, because mine doesn't look like that. And so if that's beautiful and mine doesn't look like that, mine mustn't be beautiful. But if we always encourage each other regardless of how things look, well, then the beauty is in the differences and the uniqueness of our handwriting. So I am now a lot more mindful to say thank you so much for when people do tell me that my penmanship looks great, because I don't want anyone to think that if I go, oh no, I wish it was better, and then someone would go, oh, well, mine don't look like that. Okay, so the Plannerettes community, I want to make sure we help encourage each other and see the beauty in the differences and the uniqueness of our planner pages, because I love seeing other planner pages that don't look like anyone else, because like, oh, I didn't think to do that. Oh, thank you so much. I'll make sure I do that more often. Okay, so that's why I just want to, for those of you who haven't yet joined, there's the Plannerettes community QR code. And of course, if you haven't yet hit subscribe, make sure you do. And I think that's all my questions for today. So today's live, day 7 of my Mindful Messy March, I labeled my top tabs using my Dymo Letter Tag Label Maker, not sponsored, although Dymo, hello, if you're listening, why not? A Dymo Letter Tag Label Maker. I also updated my side tab for today and used the large font and italic, so it stands out a little bit more next to everything else. Oh, that tip that I told you with regards to how to section your planner pages. Now, normally you would think for your planner pages that you use most often, your calendar, if you have a habit tracker, if you have weekly pages, and if you have daily pages, you would normally think you would have that right at the front, right? Because it's the first thing that you would use. Now, I have it in the middle of my planner. Why? Is because then the sections are even. Okay, So if I had my planner pages at the front, which will be here, let's pretend this is my weekly page. See how it's uneven? So this is all thick, and then now you gotta. This is, you know, if especially if you have, you know, side pockets, and then you have all these different things in your side pockets, then it might be lumpy and bumpy. All right. So a tip is if you have quite a few pages in your planner, if you want sort of like an even writing page, writing level, writing thing, then try and see if you can have your most used page, especially the ones you're writing on all the time, to be in the middle, so then it's level. Okay, so that's one tip that you can do. And then I think for the moment that is it. That is it for the moment. And then of course I have my workout challenge. I have to mark that today. I went on my walking pad, and so that is where we are. So just a little brief flip through. There's our March cover page freebie. If you sign up, there's my calendar. There's my habit tracker. There's my well-being planner spread. My weekly spread, getting a lot of things done. Marianne is doing okay this week. Probably me showing up here and you providing good company is making me feel confident, and, you know, taking that first actionable step, whether it's messy, whether it's scared, whether it's not prepared. I'm very proud of myself that I'm actioning stuff and showing up for myself. And then of course there's the weekly spread. So Friday today, I had a little bit of a sleep in because I worked late yesterday, and so I haven't filled in my time blocking, but that's okay because I got to do my morning routine. I just haven't filled in. Okay, so same thing again, like I always say, just because you haven't filled in your planner page does not mean you're not doing a great job. It's just other things, higher priority came up. Hello, Angela. Oh, I've been anticipating a video like this. Always wondered how you created your labels. Yes, so either my Dymo Letter Tag label maker, and if you watch the replay, Angela, I had trying to work out how to use a function that I only discovered recently, thanks to one of my viewers to tell me that you can actually print 2 lines on the label maker. I also showed, you know, other alternative label makers that I use to put labels on my clear divider tabs. I just ran out of clear labels for this one, but yeah, so you can whatever. Oh, and the other thing is, of course, if you do not have a label maker, you can print your labels on just normal copy paper, right? Use glue or a clear tape, you know, the clear tape, and tape it there. So wherever you are in your planning journey when it comes to stationery, of course, if you are financially able and it's not going to put you in a financial strife, then you can purchase different things. But just do make sure that you know, because I've fallen into that trap where I get influenced, very highly influenced by planners, and go, I want to buy that, I want to buy that, I want to buy that. Okay, start small, start with whatever you have, print the labels. If you don't want to write it yourself, print it on a copy paper, or you can write it nice and small, cut the little paper, you know, use tape to tape over it, so then that way, you know, through wear and tear of moving it, or if you have sticker, even like those label stickers, you can get those label stickers. And let me see if I can pop back here on the camera. I think this is a Staedtler permanent marker, and this is in the fine. And so let me see. Let me show you. All right, let's say this one. It might be a little bit too thick for the because of course when you use a marker on paper, it might feather. But then this is good for plastic and, you know, glossy surfaces. But let's just say habit. Oh, I think I have. Oh, yep. it's nice and fine. Habit tracker. So you have to practice, and you can practice on piece of paper first. Habit tracker. So that's quite tiny. I can, cut that, especially with this one because it's a post-it note. It already has a little sticky backing. I can cut that. Okay, and then use that as my label. Okay, so you don't have to go and buy a label maker if at this stage, it's not within the budget. There is my tweezers. Okay, and then you can use maybe different colored post-it notes or different colored paper. And let us just see. Let's pretend this one. Okay, so we'll pretend this one doesn't have that at the back. And then you will just go habit tracker. Okay, and then if you have that on different colored paper all down the side, and then just put like a clear sticky tape over it, so then it protects it, because it is just paper. And then you can have that, and let's say that's there, and look, if you have that all there, see, you don't have to have a label maker. You can just write. You might have to write a little bit tinier than normal. If you can't write that tiny, have it in 2 lines. Let's have a look. Let's put it a different color. No, I don't want to separate the little thing. I'm going to keep it the same color. So let's say habit tracker. Okay. Yes, you can also print on sticker paper. Yes, Brenda said. And then just to go and figure out the tiny little font. So print out a couple of test print, and then of course you probably will do a better job cutting it nice and straight than I have here. Cut it nice and straight, and then you can have that. Let's do another one. Okay, I think for a while there was one stage there where I just used paper at the beginning when I first started. Okay, habit tracker, and you can line it up first before you cut it, so then they're all the same width, and they look uniformed on the side. So yeah, that is the so you can use a label maker, but if you do not have one, you write it on a piece of paper. You can write it on or you can just write it straight on your divider tab. Well-being, right? You can write it right straight onto your divider, whether it's clear or not, and write it down there. So habit tracker. No, the habit tracker is somewhere else. Okay, let's quickly have a look. Messy March has become perfect March, has it not? It has given me a boost of confidence, and that's the whole point of showing up and just doing it. Sometimes what stops us is actually not so much the task at hand, the things that we procrastinate about, but it's just taking that momentum. So once we have that momentum, and then it comes, hopefully, of course, it gives a nice snowball effect. And so if you are ever stuck and procrastinate and feel anxious about the multitude of tasks you have for today, just start off with one thing. And that one thing doesn't actually have to be, the task that you're maybe anxious about. It can just be, all right, for 5 minutes, I'm just going to go and do something fun. You know what you can do? You can go and swatch. Go and swatch your markers, because I'm sure you have a lot of markers and a lot of pens that are no longer working, that no longer have ink in them. So then just go and swatch away. Okay, that's a keep, right? And just do that for 5 minutes. Don't use it as another task to procrastinate. Right, just go, but it's just that momentum. All right, so just do that and then chuck out any marker that no longer has ink. Or sometimes what we do, we have a local daycare nearby. So if the marker itself is still okay, but for your writing it might be running out, I put them in a little Ziploc bag. Or if I have colored pencils or markers that are, the set is all, not a lot left or whatever, or the tip maybe is not as sharp, I pop them in a Ziploc bag and then give them to the local daycare that would, the kids would love them. And then of course at the same time you're doing something nice. Isn't that wonderful? So yes, my messy March indeed has become a perfect March. All right, so I do appreciate you. Make sure to hit the like before I go so it helps tell the YouTube algorithm that, hey, we like this video. We like this lady, Marianne Cresp lady. We enjoy her company. Please show us more of her videos. I do appreciate it. Okay, so let me nicely close my lovely book and then pop the label maker here. I appreciate you and I will see you tomorrow. What am I going to be tomorrow? It'll be Saturday, the 8th day of my 30-day Mindful Messy March challenge. I think what we were going to do, I can't remember what was the next thing, because I think I was going to write my goals, but we did that yesterday. I'll figure something fun. Maybe we'll try some doodles. Every time I say that, my husband laughs. Oh, doodles. All right, maybe we'll do some doodling, because I think I have some simple doodles that I want to try myself for next week. So how about that? I'll try and stay to this time frame, but normally this is the time when they come back from soccer. So we'll see. Again, mindful and messy. We'll just follow me on Plannerets community, because that's where I'm adding actually in the events tab when I do go on, so then you know exactly when I will be on in your time zone. Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much. Bye bye. Bye, everybody.